Still got the ducks quacking. Yeah.
Okay, we're in
Right.
Egypt.
No, we're not. We're in London. I know it looks like the Sphinx. We were just
Whoa.
a low-flying pigeon. We were just saying. Actually, neither of us have been to Egypt to see the pyramids and the Sphinx. We ought to do that one day.
Death on the Nile.
We could do an episode from a Nile cruise.
We could be
and
Hercule Poirot.
you can be Peter Ustinov.
I could be pissing you.
Oh, it was you.
I thought this week we
Yeah.
would talk fashion.
I was in Milan recently
Were you?
at QVC, but based in Milan.
Well, that was
And
some weeks ago now.
Yeah, but that was another fashion capital of the world.
Yes.
London, Milan,
London,
New York.
Paris, New York,
Paris.
Munich. Everyone talk about pop music,
But we're talking about fashion.
fashion.
Right.
And
I mean, I am not the most fashionable person. I don't know very much about fashion. So it's all right. There isn't any need for that. You saw that, didn't it? That looking down his nose at me.
the thing is, fashion doesn't have to be labels. That's the thing. So often
Because I am not a label queen.
So when you think about fashion, you always think of the big names, and particularly in the UK, you think about people
Gucci,
like Vivienne
Prada,
West.
Vivienne
No,
West.
UK.
Oh, okay.
Vivienne Westwood,
Oh, okay.
Ted Baker,
Yep.
all those brand names.
Yep.
But actually, fashion isn't about that. Fashion is more about the look.
We are
I'm just gonna
wavering around a minute. There we go. Have you? There we go.
more
That's
about
better.
the fashion, more about the look, rather, because
The look of
if
love.
you think about the way that fashion has gone, we've
Yep.
gone from very big houses of fashion right down now
Primark.
to absolutely.
Oh, you're going to include
Yes,
all
I'm
of that.
gonna
Okay, high street
because
fashion. Okay.
high street fashion is a huge industry and takes its inspiration from those seasons.
Those buyers and those designers go to the big shows
Absolutely,
and they-
see what's going to come out.
and they make stuff that is
Yeah.
very similar to that.
And
That's the point.
If you think about two of the most famous, one of the most famous UK brands, the Emmanuels, David and Elizabeth Emmanuel, who created Princess Diana's wedding dress, they had to keep that undercover, literally undercover, for months, years.
Just in case you're not old enough, that was 1981. In 1997, on the morning that Diana died, and I was the first newsreader in Britain to spread that terrible news, I had David Emmanuel in my studio weeping, telling the stories of Diana and his working with Diana from the wedding right up until that day, because they were quite close friends, and that was
I think
traumatic day.
the whole Emmanuel split created a bit of a. What I'm going is that because that dress was so under scrutiny they were desperate for it not to be copied and released.
Yeah.
It was under. But now, literally in half an hour from a fashion show, the designers are literally stitching it in some factory in China. Yeah, absolutely.
Or Bangladesh, or India, or wherever.
It's very easy to get very snobby about fashion because people, and particularly in the gay world, where there's a little bit of money, because there's a little bit more disposable income.
No
because
children.
Typically we
Dual
don't
income,
have
no kids.
dinkies.
Dinkies.
Is that
Dinky gays, you know?
sometimes people are quick to show the labels all the time, and
I don't
actually
like that.
the gays have actually turned away from that, and actually we've gone back old money now and gone very subtle, and it's now seen as very cheap to have brand names all over.
Is it? I mean, I haven't got any brand names on me.
Well,
so
I've only got a little Hilfiger logo, but yeah, fashion in itself has always elevated itself and led the way.
And it's where you buy it. We just walked through Oxford Street, which is still in London, one of the top fashion places to buy.
Every brand you can.
But of
imagine.
course, I live in Bicester, and Bicester Village, of course, is the other huge place that tourists come to Britain, and they come for the fashion. Because whilst they don't want to spend £1,000 on Oxford Street for something,
there's a big chopper over my head.
it's not the first time he said that either. While they don't want to spend £1,000 in Oxford Street for something, they'll go and spend £600 in Bicester Village at an outlet store for the same thing, or the same thing from the previous season. So in fact, fashion does permeate the high street and big discount stores as well.
And I take all you guys and him back to that. If you've ever seen the movie Devil Wears Prada, where she laughs at the belt, and the character takes her to, you think you're just wearing blue from a bargain bucket,
Yes.
and takes her through how that blue evolved and where it came from and what season it belongs to. And actually, everything we wear has been inspired by something that's gone
This
on.
green, by the way, you might think it's British racing green from Tommy Hilfiger. It's not. It's Asda green. It's Asda green. The colour is Asda green.
Asda green does not exist. This is.
Asda green does exist as a actual colour. You can get paint with it. It's like
I don't
Asda
think
green.
This is Asda green.
I don't think it is. I
think
was
this
just
is,
making a little
this
joke.
is mint green.
Mint green.
Yeah, but yeah, fashion. It's one of those you love it, loathe it, or you're
I'm
constantly,
not a big fan.
Yeah, you're constantly aspiring to it, and that's fine too.
I have to say, with fashion, you have to be a certain size. You have to be not necessarily off the peg size. You have to be a small size to be able to carry the big fashion off. I think. I mean, I've never been an off the peg size ever.
Well, yes, I think you're right, and there's also an image that the fashion houses don't want to portray. So,
Oh God, yeah.
if you think about Daniela Westbrook some years ago,
Is she the one with the septum?
she's the one without the septum.
Without the septum.
Who got herself all kitted out in Burberry from head to foot, and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
children and the pushchair.
Yeah.
And it affected their sales so badly that they literally withdrew a lot of stock.
Same with Burberry. Burberry did not want to be seen on certain TV
That's what I
shows.
just said.
Oh,
Burberry.
I'm half listening to it. I mean, I kind of tune out, you know.
That's all right. That's right. Yeah, and they will. They'll withdraw. And if you've ever seen the movie with Lady Gaga about the whole Gucci House of Gucci history,
I haven't seen that.
then that's very prominent because it talks about how they took the brand and did away with not Chanel. I said Chanel, Gucci. They took away all the fakes off the street because it was devaluing their brand. And the original owner of Gucci was saying, it's fine, it's good for marketing. And she was saying, no, it's devaluing it because actually these are cheap imitations that are falling apart, and our name is now becoming associated with falling apart.
I'm grumpy about fashion because I think people spend a lot of money on a shirt which then pushes up all of the other shirt values, and I reject paying minimum £40 for a shirt, and that's just a basic ordinary shirt that isn't like a fashion label. I don't understand people that spend £200, £300 on a shirt. I just don't understand it. I think it is a waste of money, and that makes me grumpy.
But that's all about label driven.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
to be fashionable,
But it does push all of the prices
yes,
up.
I know. But in order for it to be fashionable, doesn't need to be a label. So you could get a shirt of the same quality, of the same color, of the same stitching, whether you like it or not, from somewhere like TK Maxx, or in America TJ Maxx, I think it's called, on Primark here in the UK. But the quality will be exactly the same. T-shirts, for example, Calvin Klein T-shirts will be 35, 40 quid.
I like the ones you get in Bangkok, which is Calvin Klein, but Klein is with a C or something
Calvin
like that.
Klein,
Exactly.
and Channel.
But it's the same
Gucci.
as like the jewelry, like Pandora jewelry, might be sterling silver. Tiffany jewelry, we've mentioned it before, is sterling silver. The only reason that Tiffany is so much more expensive than ordinary sterling silver is there's got T&Co stamped on it.
Absolutely.
It's literally the stamp.
They've created
and that
that
branding,
license
that fashion, that's what annoys me.
Yeah. What annoys you about fashion?
Yes. Maybe you love fashion.
Maybe it's the labels, maybe it's the cost, maybe it's the grumpiness of the, I can't afford it, or whatever it might
Maybe
be.
watching us, you think we ought to be more fashionable?
I think I'm pretty okay.
I'd say he's pretty okay.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.